Hello and welcome to this finally new video. For the people who don't know, my PC broke down and I had to build a new one. So yeah, it took quite a while to get up to speed again, but now I'm up and running. So yeah, finally a new video. And this will be a video review of Orbox C, which is a puzzle game on Steam. The developer contacted me and asked if I wanted to do a review. And I said yes, so the game is provided by the developer. But I didn't say yes immediately because the game didn't really speak to me when I went to the Steam page. And yeah, and there was a free 30 level kind of demo. It isn't really a demo, but it is just a version with 30 levels. So yeah, I downloaded that kind of demo and played it, and I really liked it, and I didn't expect that. So I said yes because I wanted to see what the full game was like. So I downloaded the game, and yeah, luckily the first 30 levels weren't the same as the demo version 30 levels. Yeah, that's where this review will be about. So let's go to the review. So when I said that the game didn't look appealing to me, I didn't mean that I don't like the genre. To be honest, I didn't even know what the gameplay was like from the screenshots. I thought it was a different take on Minesweeper. No, what I meant was that the graphics weren't appealing to me. The UI looked like a mobile game and the blocks from the levels themselves didn't look very stylish either. But after playing the game for a couple of hours, I can say that when playing the game, it really didn't bother me. It has some nice animations and the level clear overlay does look pretty good as well. Nothing outstanding but serviceable, and not as bad as my first impressions were. The space background is simple and doesn't distract, and the bar to the right of the screen makes it very clear what you are supposed to do. What I didn't like as much were the menus and the menu buttons. They were very big, like as I said before, the buttons you find in a mobile game. And I have checked, but this game is only on PC. I would have preferred if the 3 buttons you see while playing a level would be around 3 times as small. Then they look more like buttons you would find in a PC version of a game. The same goes for the level select menu. After you pick the level pack you want to play, there are 3 different screens with levels to choose from, each containing 10 levels. All because of the big icon size. The game could have easily fit all 30 level icons on one screen and still be very simple and clear. But I do have a theory of why it is this way. Orbox was originally created as a Flash game. You also have Orbox B and Orbox C as Flash games, although the Flash version of Orbox C has less and different content than this game and isn't as polished. And in those games it is normal that you have big buttons. But it would have been nice if with this release that would have changed. Also other graphical options like resolutions would have been nice. The gameplay itself is really fun. You can send the block up, down, left or right. That is it. How you beat a level can change. Reach the exit, destroy all bombs, get all orbs, or all of them at the same time. Of course, the game also uses stuff like teleporters, pressure pads and blocks that only appear after you go over them once. They are pretty sparingly used in the normal levels, but you will encounter a greater number of them in the gimmicky levels. But don't think the game relies on gimmick levels. I'm happy to say that most levels from the first row in the level select screen were not gimmick levels at all. They used things like teleporters very sparingly and made real puzzles with them. Not just a long trial of teleporters where all you do is watch and block moves to the exit with no input at all. The second row does work more with gimmicks though, since they are a bit different than the normal levels from the first row. But they are still puzzles. Easy 2 has more of those long teleporter trials that I spoke about just now, but it isn't used too much, and speed makes the game completely different. This mode uses bombs that have timers and they explode when the timer runs out. And you also have to do all the missions before those bombs explode. Otherwise it is impossible to get to the finish because those bombs are needed to stop you. It was really fun but some levels require you to be so quick that it is almost a game of skill instead of a puzzle. But again, the levels here are real puzzles at the same time, not only skill trials. And the reason those levels don't get annoying is because the game doesn't have any trial and error. Everything does the exact same thing over and over and over. So you can predict what is going to happen, and that is where the puzzling comes in. Before I even pressed the button, I first was thinking what was going to happen when I pressed up, and what would happen when I pressed right. And if I didn't fly off the screen with that move, then I was going to think, what happens if I press a button like left or right from that position? So almost always I did the puzzle in my head before even moving. And that made the game a lot more fun to me. It didn't feel as random as some other puzzle games that I've played that I didn't enjoy all that much. So yeah, the gameplay is very good. It has some really clever puzzles. The only thing that I can criticize are the difficulty spikes. The difficulty felt kind of random. Sometimes you would encounter a level that was significantly harder than the last one, only to have the next one be really easy. The reason for that is probably that the developer didn't have a lot of people to playtest, but a different order of levels that were more even in difficulty would have been appreciated. Oh, and with the speed levels, it was sometimes hard to see what you were doing because of the visual effects you see when teleporting or exploding bombs. Other than that, I have nothing to complain about. So next we have sound, and it is pretty good. The music is good, but I would have liked more tracks. There are only 4 or 5, I guess. But the thing I love from the audio is the cue you hear when you finish a level. It is so great. Other than that, the sound effects are pretty good, but yeah, there's just not much more to say about the audio in this game. So in the end, I really liked this game, and that was something that I didn't expect when I gave this my first glance at the Steam store. I do hope that they make a mobile version as well, since the game is practically made for it, with the easy 4-direction controls. Also, I'm looking forward to see what extra levels will bring and seeing what the new mechanic will be, if there will be any. I found it a really enjoyable game, and I gave this game a 6.5 out of 10. It is a lot better than average. The only thing that dragged it down a little bit for me is the look, but again, as I said earlier, a lot less than I did expect. Certainly give this one a try. It is only €3 and it has hours of content. And if that still is a hard sell for you, then you can try the free 30 level version. A link for that will be in the description. I hope you liked this review, and if you have any tips, just let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and see you all next time.